Remember that Mortal Kombat mobile RPG thing? Whatever happened to that? It got announced half a year ago and it leaked or had a beta or whatever, and we've heard nothing since. I think MK Onslaught is getting a revamp. The fact that Mortal Kombat 1 has been announced now and Onslaught has been radio silent for so long has solidified this idea in my mind. MK Onslaught has been undergoing a change in aesthetic behind the scenes to match MK1, which is why they've not been able to show anything else. MK1 wasn't announced yet, and it would be obvious what was happening if they showed it off. Don't want to spoil story, character designs, or roster choices in a mobile spin-off, right? Consider, you have this big new entry coming out, but your new mobile game is using designs from the last one, promoting the old game as far as marketing is concerned. And it's not using old assets from an older generation that can work on a mobile device. It's using those designs with new models while the actual assets from the original game are being used in the fancy cinematic cutscenes. And those cutscenes are a big reason why I think a revamp is necessary. Obviously, they don't want to be limited to just characters that appear in MK11. MKX Mobile wasn't with MKX because all the assets were original, even if they were reusing MKX 9 or 11 designs. But for the cinematics in Onslaught, to make them look as good as possible, they use those 11 assets as is. But that means certain characters will take effort to implement, such as Quan Chi. Quan Chi plays a big part in the game's first chapter, seeing how it's centered on Scorpion. But you may notice that the sorcerer is not in any of the cinematics, only the text scenes that use the mobile assets, because he doesn't have an MK11 model. To use him in these scenes, they'd need to make an MK11 style model solely for this mobile game's cutscenes. This means making a design, getting a face model to match the high fidelity faces of everyone else, and then comes all the work of making such a high fidelity model. And to me, that sounds like a lot of work without much of a return. Whereas, if the game shifts focus to the MK1 cast, it's easier to justify. For one, Onslaught's story is based around MK2's timeframe, and MK1 is another reset that will likely reintroduce most of the characters relevant to that era. This means that the pool of characters they can use here is larger, since it's not using characters like Cassie and Jackie who can't be in Onslaught without a dumb plot justification, or as non-canon bonus units that don't even need the 11 models. For another, MK1 has cameo fighters. We don't know exactly what this entails as of right now, but we can assume they work as striker characters. No, striker characters, like an MVC, so they'll have models created for gameplay purposes. Models that, even if they're not full playable characters or part of MK1's story, will fit the style and quality of the playable cast models and can still be used in cinematics for the mobile game. And if the mobile game needs a character like Quan Chi or Nitara or Kotal Khan who might not show up in MK1's roster, NetherRealm can arrange to make them as cameos as a low cost, low commitment DLC that Onslaught can make use of for its cinematics as well. Win-win. From both a marketing and asset use standpoint, it makes sense for Onslaught to be reworked into an MK1 tie-in rather than an MK11 one. Both can be developed in conjunction rather than one having to limit itself to an old game that's harder to justify creating new assets for. But that's just my take. Do you think this is likely? Do you think there's another reason it disappeared for half a year? Do you think it's just been cancelled outright? Let's talk about it.